Welcome to Authors Week, an initiative by Books Etc., the literary gift store. I'm Saba, and to introduce myself, I teach, I do some translations, and I write on cinema. I did my PhD on Gulzar Saab's poetry, where I placed him as a progressive poet in popular culture. And this book, I Swallowed the Moon, the poetry of Gulzar, this is a culmination of my PhD thesis, and it was brought out by Harper Collins. And today I'm going to talk about another book, Aandhi, which is also based on one of the films of Gulzar Saab. But before I speak about this particular book, I want to talk about how this book came into being. It was after my first book on Gulzar Saab had come out and when we had conceptualized. And this came out as a three-box set on, these are kind of analysis on three of very famous, interesting and classics of Gulzar Saab. The first one is of course Aandhi, which I'm going to speak on today. This has been written by me. The next book is Angoor, written by Satya Saran, and Meera Hashmi has written Ijaazat. In this segment of Books Etc. on Authors Week, we are going to focus on all these three books. And today we are going to start with Aandhi. What I have done in this book is that I have looked at it from different aspects. There are 5 chapters where I look at the filmmaker, Gulzar Saab, his oeuvre and how he looks at it, the controversy, of course, and this film was banned after running into 24 weeks. It was banned because of certain allegations brought forth by a film magazine. Then there is a chapter on the cast, on the stellar cast, Suchitra Sen ji, Sanjeev Kumar Sahab, Rahman Saab, Om Prakash ji. So there is a chapter on that, and of course the 4th chapter is on the poetry, the songs, which were an extreme highlight of this particular film. The 5th chapter is on the language. When I say language, I mean I've looked at the kind of humor, the sarcasm, the satire which flows through. And the appendix of this book is a very insightful interview which I had taken of the filmmaker of Gulzar Saab, and that is appended in this book. People have always been curious about it, and they've had queries on the controversy that it had created. And I did ask that question to the filmmaker, and he has responded, and I will not be speaking about that particular thing in this video for Authors Speak. Here I want to focus on something on the songs. I'll read out a little portion from the book. The film had 3 romantic songs and a qawwali, which was a satire on the political situation of the country and the attitude that its politicians had towards the nation. The 3 romantic songs, sung by Lata Mangeshkar and Kishore Kumar, portray 3 different stages in life of the couple and their complex relationships. So, although qawwalis are either related with Sufism or highly romantic in nature, here it's a classic example of a qawwali which is a political satire. Ali Janab Aaye Hain. Apart from the 3 romantic songs, my favorite is Tere, bina zindagi se koi shikwa to nahin. So I've kind of tried to analyze these songs and how the common metaphor of traveling which is there in all the three songs. Interestingly, what I want to read out is a little poem. The protagonist of the film, J.K., which is played by Sanjeev Kumar Sahab, he is a poet in the film, and at 2 instances in the film we find him talking about his poetry. So I'm going to read out the little poem that he recites in the film. The main protagonist of the film, J.K., is a poet too, and at 2 instances he talks about a poem that he has written. Once during his and Aarti's courtship, J.K. recites this over the phone. आओ तुमको उठा लूं कंधों पर, तो उचक कर शरीर होठों से चूम लेना ये चांद कमा था. आज की रात देखा ना तुमने, कैसे चुप चुप के कोनियों के बल चांद इतने करीब आया है. So it's very interesting how we have the protagonist of the film who's a poet itself, and there are different things which I've talked about in the film. I really appreciate that you all read it, and in the times of the lockdown that we are in, hope we read more, we write more. Stay safe. Thank you.